Okay, Rohr. Microphone. Thank you. You want to stand?
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna stand. Something. All right. Okay. Just making sure it's on. All right. How's everybody doing? Yeah. All right. Well, so this is a Christmas story. This is one of the few Christmas stories I have. This is also what I call like a third date story. You don't tell it until after the third date. So basically, Christmas Eve with my family is we all get together. Then I go home and I scream into a pillow for about 15, 20 minutes. The best way to sum up what our time together is like is essentially we all get together and we play a game where the first person who talks loses. I always lose this fucking game. So, but after the scream in the pillow, I go down the basement with a bottle of whiskey and I wrap all the presents for the next day. I drink about half that bottle of whiskey because I'm thinking about why the fuck did I buy all these presents for these people I don't even like. And then when I'm done, I walk to my local bar. It's close enough I can walk. That's fantastic. It's a great thing about living in the suburbs sometimes. And so I go there. Now this started as a weird sort of tradition. I was avoiding going to church, and I agreed with my parents. I was like, I can go on the Christmas Eve. I can go to Christmas Eve Mass instead of having to go on Christmas Day. I did not go to Christmas Eve Mass because the bar is right across the street from the church. So I just go there and have a drink, and then I just come home and be like, yeah, I just got away with some shit. And this became my Christmas Eve tradition. And as time went by, it evolved because of the fact that more and more people started coming. See, the first time I ever went there, it was just me and the bartender for several hours. I watched It's a Wonderful Life for the first time ever and got like totally shit hammered and then like drove home because that's what you do. And then as time went by, more and more people started becoming aware that like the bar was open on Christmas Eve, so they started coming in to the point where like the best way to sum it up is like this. At midnight, bartender goes, who wants a car bomb to celebrate Jesus' birthday? Because nothing says the birth of your Savior like a mildly racist drink full of alcohol named after a form of terrorism. And my favorite part of this evening is the fact that they'll be like, who wants a car bomb? And I'll be like, I'll take a free car bomb. And there's always somebody in the bar who's like, you can't have a car bomb, you're fucking Jewish. Which turns into a whole debate about whether or not the fact that I'm Jewish, because people are like, he's not Jewish. Yeah, he is. I think he is. Is he Jewish? No one asks me if I'm Jewish. The entire bar continues to debate it, and I just sit there, I'm like, this is fucking awesome. So this is like my evening there, and I pretty much get fucked up with a bunch of rednecks who have no idea whether or not I'm Jewish and I deserve to have a car bomb. And then what happened at the end of this particular evening was just fantastic, okay? I hooked up with someone in the bathroom. That was great, never done that before. And it pissed off everybody who was there, because when you're in a bar full of rednecks, the last thing they want to see is two guys come out of the bathroom, especially when one of them's black. By the way, ladies, I'm going to say this. You know how sometimes you service your man and he doesn't do it back for you? That's wrong. I know from experience. But I was in a good mood because I hooked up with somebody. How often does that happen? Just casual, you're at the bar, you think you've met CeeLo Green, and next thing you know, you're on your way home. You're ready to brag to your friends. Hey, you know that song that he has? Yeah. And I had the cab drop me off, okay? And I have mild paranoia issues, so I always had cabs drop me off about 2 blocks away from my house. But also, it's a beautiful evening. I don't know why I admitted to the paranoia. I should have just said that. It was a beautiful evening. It was snowing outside. Drink for courage. And so I'm walking home in the snow. As I'm strolling along, I pass this particular house. It's about 2 blocks away from mine. And I look at the car in the driveway. It's a Mustang, but it's a particular Mustang. I have history with this car. See, about 2 years previous, this car ran through a red light, T-boned my girlfriend, destroyed her car, destroyed her nerves, and for a while, kind of destroyed her life. Family was total fucking dicks. They sent her threatening letters all the time, kept talking about the fact that like they were gonna sue her out of existence, and the kid had been hurt, so they had cause. And I would be driving to work, and I would see the kid in the driveway doing backflips to impress teenage girls. I'm like, this kid's not hurt. Oh, I love the fact that they're doing all this shit, because I think we're gonna be great. But anyway, my girlfriend's losing her fucking mind because his family's bothering her all the time, calling her up. And so now I'm standing there on Christmas Eve, and there's the car. And I think to myself, I'm gonna blow this fucking car up. Just to give you a real quick impression of the kid himself who T-boned the young lady. When I showed up to the accident scene, he had a t-shirt on with a giant picture of a rooster on it, and it said, "Excuse me if my cock is too big." So, yeah, he's one of those guys. Anyway, so I'm standing there and I'm like, okay, how the hell did I blow up this car? Now let's keep in mind, first off, I'm in a suit. And I don't really have like gear on me. I'm not fucking Batman. I'd like to be, but I'm not. And I'm just standing there, I'm like, okay, so what am I gonna do? So I take my keys out and I pry open the gas tank. It was easy. Then I ripped off the gas cap. I mean, I ripped it off. I didn't just open it up. I took it with me. I put it in my pocket. I still got it at home on a bookshelf. But I'm like, well, what do I do next? Well, let's just say bottle of whiskey logic. I took off my shoe and my sock. Then I sauntered over to a tree and I snapped a branch off and began to stuff the sock into the gas tank. Now, one of the things that needs to be said is that it was snowing. It had been snowing all day. And so I'm standing one barefoot in the snow in the driveway at about 2:30 in the morning, stuffing a sock into the gas tank of a car. And then I'm struggling with my lighter, the wind keeps blowing, and part of my brain is just, because I'm Catholic, I was raised Catholic, and part of my brain is like, my dead mom is trying to stop me from doing this, that's why the wind is blowing. And I'm like, fuck off, Mom! I'm Don Quixote, bitch. And then all of a sudden, a flood of light just washes up the driveway and illuminates me. And I look up and there's a sedan pulling into the driveway. Oh no! And looking into the sedan, I see it's the family who owns this car. Because I remember them, but they don't recognize me, I hope. And I'm just standing there in an all-black suit, red tie, trying to set fire to a sock in the gas tank of their car. So I did what any rational, reasonable person would do. I very casually put my shoe back on, then turned around and walked directly into their backyard. And was very upset to find that it's completely fenced in. But fortunately, when I've been drinking, I become very athletic. I'm not saying I become graceful. It's more like a drunken bear. I went over that fence like a sack of potatoes thrown by an epileptic. And I flop over this thing and I'm just like, I'm good! And just keep running. And I just keep going through backyards and over fences until all of a sudden I'm half a mile away from my house. I'm like, that should do it. That should do it. Then zigzag all the way back home, get into bed. I go to sleep and I'm good. Now here's a wrap-up to that story. A couple days later, there's a post from the, I'm not going to say where I live, police blotter. It's on record. they announced that police patrols were going to be stepped up in the area because of suspicious activity. And because I pretty much live at night, my dad was like, do you know anything about like this? Have you been seeing any weird shit at night? And I was like, no, Dad, no. And I guess that's really the end of it. All I'm saying is like, Merry Christmas, and put me car in a fucking garage.